Hey guys, it's Jen here from Nails by Jen. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome to my channel. So if you guys have been following me for a while, you would know that I recently did a challenge and I called it the Roll the Dice Nail Art Challenge. So you can always go back and check that video as well. So basically you have two columns, one with colors and one with designs, and I wrote the numbers 2 to 12 on both columns because with my dice I can only roll the numbers 2 to 12, and you roll each column 3 times. So this client wanted to try the roll the dice challenge, and as you can see, we kind of stopped there for a second because the 3 colors that got chosen were like both of us were being so put off by them. I was like, I don't know how we're going to do this, and she was like, maybe we should roll again, and I said, no. We are going to do this. We're not cheating. So we stuck with the colors red, blue, and teal. Then she rolled an 8 for glitter and a 9 for greenery. And she also ends up rolling a 7 for marbling. And I legit had no idea how I was going to make this work. I was very tempted to cheat and try again, but we stuck with it. So if this is something you're interested in, guys, stick around, keep watching. As always, don't forget to click that like and subscribe for me. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below, and let's get started. Alright guys, so I pulled out some decals of greenery from Glitter Mix Canada. I pulled out this teal from Madame Glam called Sky is the Limit. I pulled out this blue called Fresh Water, and then the red that I pulled out is called Mother Chucker. And then I also grabbed some glitter because I had to also do glitter, so I grabbed some corresponding glitters. These are just fine glitters out of my collection. I have no idea where I got them from. There are no names on the bottom. And I basically just started off by removing her old set. I'm not going to actually show that in this video because this isn't a watch me work video. So I'm just showing you guys here what the set was that she had, which I loved, and I'm removing it all. So I have now done her fill, I've done her shaping, she's got some naked nails, and I just start pulling out the colors, and I really was just winging it as I was going. I had no idea what I was going to do. The colors were still throwing me off, and she was like constantly making comments throughout the session of like, well, maybe we should try rolling again, or maybe we should start all over, or maybe we should change the red to purple, or she was really not having faith in me, you guys. I was like, girl, you gotta have faith in me. We're not changing this. We're not changing this. So I started off by doing some marbling, because that's one of the easiest things to do. I was still really unsure how these colors were going to marble together. And generally I add white to my marbling. I just find that it adds something, but I'm really trying to stick with the rules and I'm not adding white. So as you can see, I just lined up the colors there and then I just zigzag through them with a dotting tool. And I'm adding some clear, just top coat, some of my Young Nails stain resistant onto the nail, and I'm just adding a really thin layer. So I wanted this marbling to really have that sort of bleeding effect because I wasn't going to cover the whole nail. So you will see I add the marbling up into the top left corner of her ring finger, and then I kind of let it sit for a little bit. On the rest of the nails that I do marbling, I actually used a little bit of alcohol to kind of just make that bleeding effect happen a little faster and a little bit more. And after I did this nail, she was actually like, oh my gosh, Jen, this looks so good. I was actually thinking to myself that it reminded me sort of of those popsicles, you know, those red and blue and white popsicles. I know there's no white in here, but for some reason that's what this reminded me of. So I'm just going to go through and do the marbling on all of the nails. I cannot remember offhand right here in this moment which nails I chose to do the marbling on, but I'm going to go through and do all the marbling. So next I took these greenery decals and I tried putting one onto the middle finger, and I really just did not like how it looked. It was really hard to see. I don't know, there was just something about it. It just was not working. So I ended up taking it off, and then I moved on to the thumbs and just did the marbling on the thumbs and was trying to reconfigure my brain to think of something else to do in order to get that greenery design onto the nails. So next I decided to try a stamping plate for the greenery. I've got this one here, Nicole Diary 177, and I thought maybe if I tried to do like a red stamp, a teal stamp, or a blue, I wasn't sure which color would show up best or if any of them would. So I pulled out 3 of my Born Pretty stamping polishes. I also have a video on those showing them how they stamp, and I really, really like them, you guys. But unfortunately, we did not like any of them on her nails. They just didn't, I don't know, they just did not look right. The colors didn't stand out enough. The colors kind of blended in. We just didn't like it. So we completely kiboshed the stamps as well. So I decided to move on to the glitter, and we did the pinky nail in sort of a 3-colored ombre with the glitter. So I started off by applying a tack-free top coat, and then I just took the glitter, and I have sort of like a brush that I always use for applying glitters. It's just a flat brush, and I just took the glitter and sprinkled it into the nail, and I sort of feathered the red one up to about a quarter of the way, or a third of the way, I should say. And then I took the blue and I applied it into the center, and again just sort of feathering it upwards towards the cuticle area, and then I took the teal and feathered it down towards the blue. And I repeated this on both the pinky nails. So this client cannot stand sugar nails. She does not like the texture of them, so I do end up top coating the pinky nails as well. So I decided to hand paint the greenery with the same colors of the gel polish that we used for the marbling. So I did the teal, the blue, and the red, and these were going to be on her pointer nails. So I started off also by applying a matte top coat. My intent with this design on these 2 nails was for the nail to remain matte and for the design, the greenery, to stay shiny, but my client at the end was like, are these going to stay matte? So she didn't want them to be matte underneath, so I ended up top coating those as well and just making everything shiny. So whenever I do glitter on top of the nail like this, I like to use a thicker top coat to seal it in. You could use a hard gel or a builder gel if you prefer as well to kind of encapsulate it in. And then depending on if the nail is bumpy or not, or if there's a lot of little pokey outies as I like to call them, you can also take a file and file this down and then apply your last final layer of top coat after that. All right, guys, so here we have the final look. They actually turned out quite cool, but I still think those pinky nails, they totally remind me of those popsicles for some reason. I don't know why. I haven't had one of those since I was a kid. I just remember they were delicious, but for some reason, that's what those pinkies remind me of. The marbling turned out really, really cool. I liked the addition of adding a little bit of alcohol to help it spread a little bit more. I would like to try that again. And the greenery, which kept stumping me, it turned out good in the end. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, you guys. If you did, please share it with someone else. And also join the challenge. Please do this challenge with your clients or even just with practice nails or tips. I would love to see it. Don't forget to tag me so I can see your designs. And as always, guys, have an amazing day.